Good day, Mount Silver Battles. I am ScizOsome, and welcome to my first ever upload to Mount Silver Battles. I am so hyped for this, guys. I'm really excited to get this video up for you. Unfortunately, this was supposed to be a live battle. Not only did it turn out ridiculously long, but there was an error with the recording for about the last third. So I'm bringing you guys a post-com today, but it is an epic 39-turn post-com of doom against Anima. If you guys don't know Anima, she is a wonderful person and a wonderful YouTuber. Her Twitter and YouTube links will be in the description below. You should check her out. Obviously, no pressure. Just check her out if you get the time, and if you feel like discovering a new YouTuber. Well, she's actually as new as me. We started around about the same time, same week, I believe. But she's much better than me. If you like me, you will like her more. So go, check out, enjoy, have fun. Now, back to now. Again, post-com, guys, against Anima. This is a mixed tier battle, because what I want to do with my uploads to MSB, as much as possible, is try something new. Or at least something new for my series of uploads. You know, try mixed tier this time, maybe Little Cup next time, maybe Ubers after that, you know, maybe FFA, maybe a triples, you know, try, and loads of different restrictions and, you know, different types of formats, maybe even rotation. Let's go crazy. Yeah, that's going to be the thing. We're going to just try and find our niche, find what we enjoy doing the most for our MSB uploads, and, well, find what you guys enjoy me doing the most for our MSB uploads, and you can sort of pick what you'd like me to focus on more. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. So yeah, this is a mixed tier battle, and we said just make it fun, just bring some crazy stuff. So I did, and so did she. I am bringing a Life Orb Sceptile, because why the fudge not? Who would not want a Life Orb Sceptile in their lives, really? It's a powerful special attacker that's fast as hell. Unfortunately, it's not unburdened, but it wouldn't really matter because it's a Life Orb, not a Citrus Berry or Red Card or anything. But anyway, you get me. We have, not an Eviolite Scyther, guys, a Choice Banded Scyther, because Choice Banded Quick Attack and U-Turn is always nice, and Scyther is surprisingly nippy. Not surprisingly, actually, he's a Ninja Bug, so that kind of makes sense. We are bringing Altaria, physically defensive Altaria with Roost and Heal Bell. A really good Cleric, actually, if you can keep it away from Ice-type moves, and Dragon-type moves, and Fairy-type moves. But yeah, a really good Cleric. The only problem is it doesn't have Wish passing. As far as I know, I mean, I probably should have checked, but I don't think it gets Wish. Yeah, so that is the main problem with this team. It doesn't have Wish support, which really sucks. We've got a Rotom Frost, because as you may have noticed, our team has a glaring weakness to Ice types. What? So I decided to throw Rotom Frost on there to resist those Ice-type moves, and it's also got double status. It's got Will-O-Wisp and Thunder Wave, which could be nice and handy, am I right? We've got Donphan for physical defense. Well, backup physical defense, but mainly to set up rocks and to spin and to get off those powerful earthquakes when Landorus doesn't have the opportunity to. And of course, Landorus, physical Landorus with Choice Scarf, U-Turn, Earthquake, and all that good stuff with Intimidate and things. Anima, however, Anima is bringing the threat. She's bringing Charizard. She's bringing out Akudo, which is a lot more threatening than you might think. Now, Mienshao, that is a Pokemon I'm scared of because its power is underestimated. It might not have the hugest stats in the world, but it is good. It's got a great move pool. It's got Regenerator. It's got good typing. It's got good move pool. It's powerful. There is Jonas Ego, otherwise known as Escavalier, and that thing is always a threat. It's bulky as hell. Rest Talk is quite common on it, so if you think you've whittled it down, it can just rest all that off. And you can't poison it. It doesn't really care about paralysis that much. So yeah, threats for days. We have Raikou here, and I know the power of Raikou so well. I love this thing. I was worried this was going to be the shiny variant with the Aura Sphere, because that would do some damage to us. I mean, we've got a few resists, but I mean, Rotom Frost wouldn't appreciate that, am I right? And Spiritomb, you don't even need me to talk about Spiritomb, guys, because that thing is it's just fear incarnate. You know, people sleep on it, but it's powerful. It's got all those status effects. It's got Sucker Punch. It's got Pain Split. It's just a demon. It's a little gassy demon. So I was really hoping that this guy would not come out, in all honesty, because it wasn't the best matchup for Sceptile. We do, however, get the opportunity to switch, because I was hoping that she'd either go for a Will-O-Wisp or maybe a Sucker Punch. I was hoping for one of those two moves. I didn't think she'd switch out because this thing's so bulky, and Sceptile, as far as I know, doesn't have anything to really threaten it out. So yeah, I didn't expect her to switch out here, but this is actually a really good switch for us because we resist her moves, and we can get off a powerful, super effective move if we are so inclined. However, I stupidly predicted the switch and went for a Thunder Wave, hoping to paralyze whatever she switched in. I did, however, forget to take a picture of her team, so I forgot about the Raikou for a split second and went for T-Wave. And now, we decide to stay in, because I want to get some damage off on this thing. I know we can take an Aura Sphere, and then the Citrus Spray will bring us up to nearly half. and then we can hopefully get off some nice and tasty blizzard damage. Now, I know I was playing risky games here. I was rolling the dice hoping to hit that blizzard, but it worked out really, really well in my opinion. But this is a leftovers Raikou. This girl loves to use her leftovers. She likes to have leftovers on offensive presences, you know, so they can recover slowly while dishing out the damage, while threatening out your opponent. And that's fair enough. That is very scary. That is very scary. I was really worried about bringing this in because I was half expecting her to predict the switch into Landorus, because it obviously is immune to electricity and it resists Aura Sphere. And I thought she was going to HP Ice me. I honestly did. But I knew if we took the risk and got this thing in safely, then we can outspeed and go for an Earthquake. Am I right, guys? Is that not the best move right now? I think it is. But alas, this thing comes in. Now, the bulk is so real with this guy, but we go for Stone Edge, because I didn't want to switch in any Levitators, any flying types. So I went for a Stone Edge there. That did some nice damage, but we're not staying in. We are not staying in to take a Willow. Now, the reason that I switched Fnatic in right now is because Fnatic doesn't care too much about a Willow, because his main job is to set up rocks and to spin hazards away from our side of the field. So being burned is not the end of the world for him, especially because we have that heal bell support that we can easily set up with Altaria. Against this team anyway, it seems like we'll have a lot of opportunity to. The Charizard surprised me here with a substitute. Substitute Charizard, guys. Now, I was really scared at this point, because Fnatic only has Ice Shard, Rapid Spin, and Earthquake for damage, and this is a Charizard. So, what are we supposed to do with those, really? So we switch out into Lando. I'm hoping here to be able to get a couple of 4x super effective Stone Edges off. However, not only do we not get to intimidate this Charizard X, because it was behind a sub, but now we can't even go for our Stone Edge 4x super effective KO strategy, because it's not going to work. We need to go for a luckily stab Earthquake, but unfortunately, because it's behind a sub, we're only going to get a chance to use one Earthquake, which means we're going to break the sub, but then it's just going to be able to sub up again next turn, because we are going to get KO'd to shizzle. We're going to get wrecked. Those claws are going to tear off our tail and beat us senseless. So yeah, good game. Good game, Landorus. Does anybody get the name, by the way? Calrissian? Landorus. Lando. See what I did there? See where I'm coming from? Okay, never mind. I'm old. You guys should know it, though. It doesn't matter that I'm old. The reference is immense. Anyway, I'm going to stop tooting my own naming horn. So, obviously, and very, very wisely, the Charizard switches out because it does not want to be taking a stab Earthquake. However, we fell for that trap. We also fall for this trap. I thought to myself, this thing is probably carrying the defog. Am I right? Am I right? I should just stay in and go for rocks. But no, I was too chicken. I was too chicken to stand by that thought process. I sent Home Depot in expecting the Ice Beam. No Ice Beam. No Ice Beam. Defog instead, so no rocks anymore, which is a real shame because rocks do a number on a lot of their team. I mean, Charizard's weak to it. Articuno's weak to it. I'm sure there's another weakness as well if I remember right. And chip damage is always good. Chip damage is always good, especially on a team with lefties and recovery and just force and power and scariness. Now, Twin Blade has come in. Unfortunately, we missed the Blizzard. It would have been very effective anyway, but it could have done some nice damage now that I've remastered English. It could have done some nice damage, but unfortunately it misses, so we don't even get a chance to hit this thing on its weaker special defense. We do get some Rocky Helmet damage off on it though, thanks to it using knockoff on Altaria. We switch out for some reason. Why did I switch out? What was I fearing? I was predicting a switch, I believe. I think I was predicting a switch right now, back into Charizard for the Dragon Claw. Yes, I was predicting the Charizard switch, and we got the Charizard switch. Jalapeno coming through. Yeah, we got that nice Charizard switch, guys. Now, the reason that's a good thing, although we can't do anything to this thing offensively, we can stay in, take a good, 3 hits from this thing and still not be KO'd, set up rocks. We good? Good. We can always go for Ice Shards. They're not stab, but they'll be neutral damage, chip damage. Is it worth it? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Would you stay in and go for a... Nope, nope. Of course we went for the Earthquake. Of course we went for the Earthquake. I did think there was a possibility she was going to switch, so Ice Shard might have been the best option. But we just went balls to the wall, went for the Earthquake, hoped for the best, and it paid off. Because this thing is tiny sliver of health now. So this Ice Shard's going to KO. Nice and neutral Ice Shard, nice and KO, nice and threat out of the way. That thing was so amazingly terrifying. With sub, Charizard X with sub, I don't think I've ever battled a Charizard X with sub before. I'm impressed. I don't use sub that often because I find it really hard to pull off unless you built a team around supporting the substitute, you know? Is that just me? I is noob? Yeah, this thing comes in. Glorious news, because all of its health is going to be gone except for this tiny sliver. We can take it out with Ice Shard, right? Not right. Now, unfortunately, Animal gets a chance to go for the defog again, so we have no rocks again. Now, the question is our opponent going to Ice Beam, or are they going to switch out fearing the Ice Shard? Because the Ice Shard could KO, am I right? So do we go for rocks, be willing to take the Ice Beam, but have rocks up again? Or do we hope she switches out fearing the Ice Shard, trying to save this thing, and go for their rocks? We went for Ice Shard, guys. Unfortunately, we went for Ice Shard. But this thing, to my knowledge, doesn't have anything to physically threaten us out. I don't think this thing can threaten us out. Am I right? What do you think? You guys tell me. Share me your knowledge. We're going to get a nice opportunity to set up Stealth Rocks here because we do stay in because it doesn't scare us. However, our opponent, once again, is super cleverly going to bring this thing back in because she switched it out before so that she could get more lefties recovery on the switch, and she predicted me to go for Stealth Rocks like 2 times in the future, switched out, switched back in on the rocks, got some lefties recovery, knew that Ice Shard was a lot less likely to KO from that range, she'd be able to get a defog off. You see what I'm saying here? More battling of the rocks, guys. The hazard wars are still rampant. Excuse my eye rubbing. It is really early. My eyes are still a little bleary. So here's the Ice Beam. Not a chance in hell are we going to take that. Good game, Fnatic. I absolutely love this Pokemon so much. I haven't used Donphan that much this gen, but it is just so beautiful. I forgot about the bulk. The bulk is so real. It's so thick. So thick. So we're bringing Sciz Jr. because we know we're going to outspeed and be able to get a U-turn off. So that is basically going to level the playing field. Our opponent's going to be KO'd. Well, I'd say level the playing field. We both have to switch something new in. Our opponent does basically get the momentum though because we have to switch out first. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, we switch in first. That's how this works. Guys, there's a very important lesson in this battle. You'll know when we get to it. But there is an extremely important lesson in this battle. When you see it, when you realise where we went, or our opponent went, where things went, where the lesson is to be learned. When you realise where the lesson is to be learned, you will kick myself. You will kick me through the screen. You will kick your screen in rage. Okay, so the Taunt. Now that's great for us. That's absolutely positively fine for us because we go for the Aerial Ace here, hoping to break this sub. We break the sub! Another substitute user. This thing is a scary ass substitute user though because that Drain Punch, you know? It's also got Regenerator, so if she does decide she needs to switch out, she can waste the sub without any worries because she gets more than sub health back. So yeah, it could potentially be an endless sub machine. This thing has potential to set up. It has a wide move pool. It's got Drain Punch, guys. And it's powerful as hell. Luckily, we're not too worried about facing this thing unless it has Ice Punch with Altaria. Altaria is not afraid of this thing unless it has Ice Punch. At all. Not even a little. Because this is a physically defensive Altaria with Roost, guys. So even if it's got Toxic, we can heal Bella off. You know, there is no issue here, even if it's sub-toxic. Excuse me drinking my coffee. I'm trying to perk up and be lively. Because it's really early in the morning after a very late night. Poketuber life, yo. So Dharma is here again. Now this thing is terrifying. This thing is absolutely terrifying. And let me show you for why. Because this. Not because of how well it takes the Aerial Ace. Altaria is not offensive. It has Rocky Helmet, which kind of sucks. But just look at it. Look at what it's about to do. Look what it's going to do to my life. Will-O-Wisp! It's Will-O-Wisping me, but then even worse than that, it's a Pain Split, Sam. Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split. Burn one opponent, make them switch out, Pain Split on the switch. I cry every time. I love Spiritomb though, I'm not gonna lie. I used to have a really, really cool Spiritomb set back in the Shoddy Battle days. Anybody remember Shoddy Battle? It was Showdown before Showdown. I think it was even made by the same guys. But yeah, the Shoddy Battle days. I had an awesome Spiritomb set on there. Oh, good times, crazy days. So Nimbos comes in because Nimbos does not care about getting burned. Nimbos cannot be hit by Sucker Punch on the switch in, and Nimbos really wants to be using that heal bell. Yes, yes. Because we do not want that burn damage. We do not want the burn damage on Rotom, because if Rotom is going to have the chance to do anything more in this battle, it cannot afford to be burned. It can't take a hit and burn damage on the switch. It might be able to take certain hits, but that's it. Okay, so we take a Will-O-Wisp now. not the end of the world. We can always heal Bella off if we want. However, I don't think that's the optimal play right now. Am I right? Am I right? Now, I'm thinking that this thing, Aerial Ace plus burn damage, will take this thing down. Am I right? Nah, it's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk. I don't want to risk this thing being able to use the Pain Split on us. So we switch in Home Depot. Home Depot has minimal HP, and I don't think she would have recovered anything from the Pain Split. That majestic shiny Raikou in on us though, and that is going to be a problem because as we saw before, guys, Aurasphere wrecks. Aurasphere absolutely wrecks. So the choice now is, do we get a free switch, or do we try and gain some momentum by making a switch ourselves into something that will resist the Aurasphere? We switch out Home Depot because this guy could be useful later on if it can outspeed something and get a status off, or just to allow us to get a free switch later. We switch in Sciz Jr. because he can take the Aurasphere no problemos. Am I right, guys? Am I right, guys? I believe that I am. He takes that with aplomb. Look at that damage. That is no damage. That is non-damage. Now, you might think that, yeah, it's a really great idea to just go for a U-turn right now and KO this thing. But my reasoning was, I think Raikou is faster. I think Raikou is faster than Scyther, so I'm going to go for a banded quick attack with Technician Boost and hope that we can KO this thing. Because it's not the bulkiest thing in the world. No, it lives. With a sliver! Again! So Sciz Jr. goes down. Sciz Jr. is such a great Pokemon. Scyther is amazing. But I keep not using him to his fullest potential. And it really saddens me. Guys, the lesson is coming. The lesson is coming. Raikou goes down because Sceptile does outspeed because he is a speedy little ninja gecko of doom. He outspeeds, gets Giga Drain off. That's always good. It's a shame that we don't recover the Giga Drain energy after we use get the Life Orb damage. Here we go, guys. The lesson is here. We go for Hidden Power because that's obviously Hidden Power Fire. Am I right? We're going to get the KO? No. It's Hidden Power Ice. It's Hidden Power Ice, guys. It's Hidden Power Ice. So, the lesson here, guys, is always know your hidden power. Always be 100% sure of which Pokemon you have brought. I thought I'd brought my Hidden Power Fire Sceptile. I brought my Hidden Power Ice Sceptile, and I got Shrek'd. I got Shrek'd right in the delicate places, and I'm not happy about this. So basically, Twin Blade is just going to be poking itself through our defenses now, absolutely shattering our souls. We could roost. We could roost again. We could roost again. We could roost again. But there's no point. There is no point in roost stalling this thing because it will win. It will win the stall war. There is no doubt in my mind. This Iron Head is just going to be enough to clinch the KO. And that, as they say in the business, is GG. Good game, Anima. Thank you very much for being my opponent for this battle. I actually chose her specifically to be my opponent for my first MSB upload because I know she's a great battler and it would make for an entertaining watch for you all. I'm sorry for any technical difficulties or juddery camera that may be happening right now on the old face cam. I really do apologise for that. I don't know what's happening with my computer. The memory keeps filling up rapidly. No matter how much I clear out things, I've uninstalled things, I've deleted things, it still fills up for no reason. Well, obviously there's a reason, but it seems to fill up much faster than I'm used to now, and I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing. So I apologise for any juddery camera. It has actually been caused by a lack of memory. I am working on sorting that for you guys. My next MSB upload will be flawless. You have my promise. So yes, guys, if you enjoyed, please leave a like on this video. Please subscribe to Mountain Civil Battles because every single little bit of support you give this channel allows us to grow, spread, stretch, and become more powerful. And that means that you guys will get better entertainment from us. I implore you to check out my opponent's channel. If you don't want to check my channel out, that's cool. I honestly don't mind. I respect that. I still love you. But my opponent deserves your time. So check her out. Have a really great day, guys. Please be sure to keep your eyes peeled for your next MSB update. And have a great day. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.